Hello children, I am Miss Tanushri, your geography teacher, and from now onwards the chapters will be taught according to the revised syllabus prescribed by the council. Today I am going to explain chapter 5 Minerals, and in this chapter we will focus on minerals and ores, its meaning and examples, types of minerals, metallic and non-metallic. Under metallic we will study iron ore, bauxite, manganese, copper. Under non-metallic we will study limestone, mica and mineral fuels like coal and petroleum, natural gas, and the last topic is conservation of minerals. Minerals are found on the earth's surface as well as deep underground. They are found in rocks, sand and soil. More than 4,000 minerals are known and new minerals are still being discovered. Now let's focus on the first topic, minerals. What are minerals? Minerals are solid substances that occur naturally in the earth. We know that the earth is made up of thousands of different minerals. They are inorganic solids with a definite chemical composition and an ordered atomic arrangement. They can be made of a single element like gold or copper, or from a combination of elements. Rocks and minerals are two different things. Rocks are made up of different minerals. They merge together. Like for example, granite is a rock which is made up of the mineral quartz. Whereas minerals have a structure that makes them look crystalline, which means they look like they are made of crystals. And they are created by processes that occur in the earth, such as volcanic activity. Now we'll focus on the formation of minerals. Minerals are formed in several ways. Some of the ways are discussed here. The first one, water from large water bodies usually has many substances dissolved in it. Minerals form when the water evaporates. For example, when salt water evaporates, crystals are formed. Next one, as hot water moves through the earth's crust, it can dissolve minerals. When the water cools, this dissolved minerals crystallize and become solid again. Next one is, many minerals are formed from magma. What is the meaning of magma? Molten material beneath or within the earth's crust from which igneous rock is formed. Magma contains different types of atoms that are found in minerals. Now we'll focus on the meaning of atoms. Atoms are the smallest particle of an element which may or may not have an independent existence but always take part in a chemical reaction. As magma cools, the atoms join together to form different minerals. Quartz is one of the many minerals that crystallizes from magma and lava. Next one is, living beings also produce minerals. For example, ocean animals like oysters and clams produce calcite. The human body also produces one of the main minerals called apatite in our bones and teeth. Now let's look at the types of minerals. Minerals can be divided into two groups, metallic and non-metallic. The first one, metallic minerals. Metallic minerals are those minerals which have a metallic luster and are opaque. Now let's focus on the meaning of metallic luster and opaque. Metallic luster means the soft glow or shine that is reflected in the form of light from the surface of metallic minerals. And opaque means not transparent. They are hard substances and can conduct heat and electricity. Some common metallic minerals are iron, copper, gold, silver, tin, uranium, bauxite and manganese. Now we'll look at the characteristics of metallic minerals. The first one, metallic minerals present a metallic shine in their appearance. Next characteristic is they contain metals in a raw form in their chemical composition. Metallic minerals, they are further broken down into two more groups, ferrous and non-ferrous. Ferrous minerals are those minerals that contain iron. For example, iron ore, manganese and chromites. Whereas non-ferrous minerals are those minerals which do not contain iron. For example, gold, silver, copper and lead. Now the next group of minerals is non-metallic minerals. Non-metallic minerals are those minerals which present a non-metallic shine or a luster in their appearance. No new product can be produced from non-metallic minerals even if they are melted. Some examples of non-metallic minerals are sand, gravel, gypsum, halite and dimension stone. The characteristics of non-metallic minerals. The first one, these minerals are not ductile and hence can be broken into pieces. Now what is the meaning of ductile? Capable of being hammered out thin as certain metals. Next characteristic is they are derived from sedimentary rocks. Now we'll focus on the differences between metallic and non-metallic minerals. On the basis of melting, metallic minerals can be melted to make new products, whereas non-metallic minerals, they do not produce new products on melting. On the basis of heat and electricity, metallic minerals are good conductors of heat and electricity, whereas non-metallic minerals are good insulators but poor conductors of heat and electricity. On the basis of natural abundance, the ores have a high concentration of metallic minerals. Rocks and gems have a high concentration of non-metallic minerals. Next difference is on the basis of abundance. Metallic minerals are less abundant as compared to non-metallic minerals, whereas non-metallic minerals are more abundant as compared to metallic minerals. Next difference is on the basis of appearance. Metallic minerals have a shiny or glossy appearance, whereas non-metallic minerals, they have a submetallic or dull appearance. The last point of difference is on the basis of physical properties. Metallic minerals are ductile or malleable, and when hit, they do not get broken into pieces. What is the meaning of malleable? Capable of being stretched or bent into different shapes. Whereas non-metallic minerals, they are not ductile and malleable, but they are brittle and break into pieces when force is applied. Now let's focus on the topic ores. What are ores? Ores are rocks from which valuable minerals can be extracted for commercial use and for making profit. The rock from which a particular mineral is extracted is called the ore of that mineral. A mineral can either be abundant or scarce. Just because a mineral is abundant does not mean it is easy to extract. The most abundant minerals include aluminium, iron and titanium. Gold, silver and copper are scarce minerals. Ore minerals are generally oxides, sulfides, silicates or native metals. Examples of ores includes iron ore, gold ore and uranium ore. This uranium ore is extracted for nuclear energy. What is the meaning of nuclear energy? The energy released during nuclear fission or fusion, especially when used to generate electricity. That's all for today. Thank you.